Back, my name is Rafael. Alongside with me is Leo.
I'm glad to see that Team Indonesia have not missed a step. But for the first time on broadcast, we will see the Burmese team in action. Team Myanmar, who is actually, in fairness, still shaking up Group A.
Yeah. Getting a game off of Team Malaysia. We watched just a bit just now and already seeing quite different drafts, especially one note for Myanmar. They used the Akai jungle and to success, able to get a victory alongside with the, of course, export goal. But going up against Team Indonesia, which we saw going up against Timor-Leste earlier, really showed no mercy. We're looking at the groups here for Group B.
Oh, that's Group B, rather.
Yeah, Indonesia has not lost so far.
Myanmar is in Group A in the men's division.
Yes, and then for basically everyone except for Timor-Leste has at least gotten a point.
So with that said...
And Group B, look at this, Laos and Thailand. Like, Group A, everyone has gotten a point as well.
Yep, so that's a tight group. Group B, the tightness comes from the scores that they gained. So this is the second game for both Indonesia and Myanmar.
Let me just say here, Leo, for both Myanmar as well as Malaysia, you kind of have to concede numero uno to Indonesia, but here's the thing. You kind of want to get number 2, because if you're number 3 and you survive the first game of the playoffs, you'll be fighting against Indonesia.
Yes.
Right? So in terms of placement, number 2 and number 3, it's honestly huge. Either you meet Indonesia in the semis or in the grand finals.
Are you trying to say...
No, I mean,
being in the other spot is just as bad. You face the Philippines.
Exactly. No, so let's see here. I believe...
Oh, no. Group A will face the Philippines. Like, you'll end up fighting...
Yes.
All right, never mind.
Meaning to say, for Group A and Group B, it's tricky because I believe in Group A, you want to be in third so that you will fight with the... with the Philippines in case they're number 1. I'm just saying. Like, if you're being really meta, your placement in the group can really influence who you will potentially meet in the semis, which is either Indonesia or Philippines. At that point, take your pick.
But at the purest sense, this was shared with me by a very intelligent man, the name of Francis Ducky Glindro. You might know him, might have heard of him.
I talked to him once.
If you can't beat the strongest team, you don't deserve to be champion.
Yeah, true.
So it doesn't matter where you end up. Like, you just play.
So now looking at all the scores here, if Sao Timor-Leste gets points later on, then yeah, Group B will be quite tricky. As of right now, Group A, they're the one that looks where our league ops will have some times with the calculator to see who goes where, because even the head-to-head, it's 1-1.
Especially with that whole Laos versus Thailand match that we just called, wherein they both went a point each. Are we expecting a tiebreaker? Could be, right, for that last slot in Group A.
I mean, who knows? We'll see how the group really progresses. I feel like for Laos as well as Thailand, whoever is the next to potentially get a 2-0, or one of them is 0-2 and the other goes 1-1, then that's the breaker.
You're good.
So I believe for both teams, I think Laos already fought against the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken, as the first one.
Yes.
So if Thailand gets a point over Philippines, then basically that secures them third spot, which is, a bit difficult.
That's right. But Laos had some promise. It's just, if you're going to go up against the Philippines, if you're going to go up against Indonesia, the little mistakes, the little missteps, best believe those teams are going to punish you for that.
Okay, so this means that if Laos 2-0s or even 1-1 Vietnam and Thailand gets no points over Philippines, then they move through.
That's right. So Laos basically band-aided the games against the Philippines. Like, they understood, we can't. So now Thailand's your turn.
Yeah. So in hindsight, we talked about this at the opening match of the day where Thailand losing 2-0 against Vietnam could really shake up the group for them.
That was the one chance.
That was the one. If they got points of that, Laos will be the one in trouble.
Basically.
But that also assumes that Laos wins or at least get 1 point over Vietnam.
Thailand missed their stop.
Yeah.
Team Vietnam won their stop. The rest of Group A is basically spelled out. We just need to wait for the points to be gained and the match to elapse. Again, simultaneously alongside this match we're about to watch now, again, Indonesia versus Myanmar. On screen are the ladies from Team Indonesia, also known as Team Vitality. It's a minute and a half before they go into the draft. We find out about the map choice. We find out about what Myanmar's cooking.
You know, you can see how chill they are because they're watching the other tournament playing right now, which is FC Online, and I believe Indonesia is playing
Football esports.
Yeah, so they're like yes go, which is interesting. I
I
believe
hope
it's
they're
a
not distracted.
it's a 3v3 if I'm not mistaken.
I hope they're not distracted.
They can be distracted now, but once you're in the game.
Oh yeah.
But what if, like game one with the chill goal, she's like, I can look up. It's like, oh, okay, this score great. Boop, shout outs.
You're good after
And-
a kick.
Yeah, it's like you kick, I kick,
Or Bruno.
or Bruno.
Yep, we saw Sufata of Team Laos play a very good Bruno.
So
She's legit.
we might see more new picks here from Myanmar as well as Indonesia, but honestly more for Indonesia because I really feel like they have the room to show us a little bit of a different side of Team Indonesia, because even in the previous World Championship that they were in, they used a draft during the grand finals that they've never shown the entire group stage or the playoffs. So you always feel like they have something up their sleeve, and they have a lot of sleeves apparently.
Again, if you're that good and you've mastered the basic rules, you're allowed to kind of play around. You're allowed to freestyle.
I think they're waiting for their opportunity for them to show a Hellcurt.
At this point, I don't think Hellcurt is off meta anymore.
Yeah, I know, but meaning like, I think they saw here, they're like, coach, is it time? It's like, no.
So Fumi. You
Or
think,
Shell.
think Lim or...
Yeah. It's either or,
Swanto,
because
yeah.
we've seen both sides and both getting success. Or if not success, their strengths. Other than that, it's really, I would say, off meta for EXP, because we're starting to see just a little bit more coming in from gold. Some marksmen's coming back up, but
I like it more in XP now. Now
What,
that we
Hellcurt?
talked about it. Yeah.
yeah, just because you're able to get out of lane mostly.
And you have this weird semblance of sustain. You
Because
know
you're
what I mean?
regenning, yeah.
Yep, you get out, you wait 3 or 4 seconds, you check in, you clear the brush, you say nothing here, and you're back. Your opponent's like, did I just fight with you? Did I put you down a peg?
And I would say the advantage is Hellcurt really likes to fight against someone that is short range, because after you go in, you're able to walk out. But if you're fighting against some kind of like a Granger, like a Harif, as you're walking out, you're taking damage. So also another reason why in the EXP makes a little bit more sense, because you want to go in, get out, go in, get out, and you would prefer while you're getting out, you're not getting hit.
And there's no hero quite like that. If you're looking at an Arlot or a Lapu Lapu, hell, even a Yuzhong, they all want to actively part of a fight
Yep.
to be able to regen or to do their thing. Hellcurt does it even when he's on downtime.
Yeah. While he's regenning, he's doing something for the team, which is information.
Yep, threatening even. You know, who knows at what point the Hellcurt might come out of any lane. He moves faster. He has extra movement speed, so he could show up on the opposite lane. He could show up in mid. He could show up right back where he left. Cut the lane even. It just makes so much sense. I love how Idrin of Team Malaysia made that such a reality,
Yeah.
such a revelation.
I would get, like, now looking at the heroes, the only ones that have been adjusted in patches before that we have not seen just yet, the likes of Balman. Let's see here. Bane we haven't seen after the nerf, which makes sense. Because I feel like the decrease of like 50% of the...
The maximum of 50.
Yeah.
Because it was 250, now it's just 200.
Yeah, so who would have thought reducing the extra 50% would have basically made Bane not all that fun? Because it's always fun when you see Bane one-shotting, and now it's like, it's like, it hurts, but it's not like that much.
I think it's less of him just completely dying. It's more of a natural selection kind of thing wherein, you mentioned there has to be a level of sustainability and damage output. His kit just doesn't provide both at the right timing.
Okay, might as well, I just put it out there. In the grand finals, Shell used a Sun. And of course they won. So that's there. The Freya, haven't seen.
The Freya, nope, not yet.
Right? Honestly, like even recently in rank, I haven't seen her that much anymore. When the revamp came up, everyone was using it, and you have a set few of people that spams Freya all the time. They're like, we don't like this. Like, you always have that, right?
Yeah, people who are not, just so good at accepting change.
Yeah.
But I like her though.
I do.
In practice and in theory, her having that second skill, no cooldown, just keep tap tap tap. Like, she just wants to fight. That's what Valkyries do when they go to Valhalla.
I know the reference. I know the reference.
Cool.
Other than that, I would say everything is pretty solid. I don't see any other picks. Maybe a Kaja could come around.
Kaja is one of two heroes that provide a very unique mechanic, right? The suppress. We've seen pocket Francos. We see Kaja like a fraction of the time.
I remember the most impactful Kaja I've seen in tournaments is, I forgot which tournament I was casting, but there was an OP Lapu on the other side, and they could not figure out a way to stop this Lapu until they pick up a Kaja and basically say, Lapu, stop for a bit, we're gonna burst you down, and then that was the answer, and the opponent could not recover, and that's it. GG, win off of the Kaja.
Again, you couldn't do that with a Franco.
Yeah.
To do that with a Franco, you have to commit your flicker. You'd have to really hide. You'd have to wait for the Lapu Lapu to make a mistake, and then you bite him down. With a Kaja, it's just much easier.
You're more proactive.
Yep.
It's easier to guarantee than a hook.
Yep.
Well, some people are that good. We even saw Zetian.
Today.
We saw Zetian over a Kagura, which honestly is fine. Kagura is more execution based.
We saw Cyclops.
We saw a Cyclops. We haven't seen the Zask.
Yes. Zask has a
Veil.
Appearance here and there. Veil, I think the game is just too in your face for Veil right now.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a Cecilion just yet. Not as you're sure, but after the buff making it so that you're easier to spam your first skill, it's honestly not that bad.
Yeah, they basically reduced the mana. What is that? The additional mana cost per cast, because basically that's how it amplifies the damage, and they made that more manageable. In the Philippines, there are a couple of Sicilian specialists. I think it's more of a preference thing.
Yeah, and one change that I really like, but also I have to admit is not enough, is Faramis. Making the ult instant is a game changer, but if it's destroyed instantly, then I'm like, bro,
why even?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can feel the difference, right? Instant ult, saving your teammates at a clutch time, because that a charge up before the NetherRealm spawns, like, okay, that's not great.
Again, it's just how in your face the meta is right now.
Yeah.
So extra life, like via the.
And the thing is, like, it's so weird that everyone has enough damage to burst you out in that form.
It's the name of the game. We're going to Broken Walls for game 1 in this best of 2, and we're off quota by 1 game to see new picks. So I hope Myanmar and Team Indonesia are up to the task to try and show us something new going into game 1.
Speaking of, Indonesia will be first pick, banning out that Eve. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the draft is interesting. So Myanmar now betting out the Lancelot. Wonder if they will take out the Yusun Shin, considering that Shen did use that twice now. And the CC gets banned by Indonesia as well. In terms of the ban, not really showing much coming in from both teams.
Still out in the open, the Baxia, the Zushin. These are some high priority picks that usually teams ban out. Either of these teams likely. What did Indonesia ban? CCE, Kimi. Okay, makes sense. So they might ban the Kimi here.
They just want to make sure that there's no prio, especially in mid.
Yep, Zushin, Kimi, Baxia. Yep, so it's either Kimi, Baxia or their third ban.
And I really feel like because they can do this because Siswanto has quite the hero pool with the Lunox, with the Kadita, so that as long as you take away the range, she's like, I can 1v1 anyone.
You thought about Chini.
Yeah.
The mid laner.
I mean, like, Siswanto, Miswanto, like, it's
yes,
sisters.
Yep. They are real-life sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Lunox ban here for Team Myanmar. So, again, you mentioned the hero pool on Chini, so they're closing that door down.
So Indonesia usually bans the Kimi here,
I'd
and
say
then
Kimi, yeah.
and then first picks the Yisun Shin. I wonder if Myanmar will try to take that away. But even if they ban out the Yisun Shin, maybe Indonesia will just take the Baxia. And the thing is, most likely it's not even going to be the jungle. It might be in the hand of Lim.
Yep. Or Indrawati. There's a Hayabusa. So the Kimi's left open.
And this also shows if you let go of the Yisun Shin, you don't really have a way to counter. At least not in the jungle.
I'm hoping that there's a Joy user somewhere in Team Myanmar.
Well, the Gronk gets banned. And honestly, pretty good ban here. But Indonesia either first pick the Kimi or first pick the Yisun Shin. But
Yep.
more than likely, it should be the Yisun Shin here.
There's other
Oh, Jushin.
gold laners to support the Yisun Shin too, but yep, rarely you see the Zushin open. There's a solid pick for Chini Siswanto.
You know what I want from Myanmar? Kalia Farsa. Because the Farsa can deal with the Jushin because you need some kind of range. And then the Kalia, just in case Shen picks up anything. The Yisun Shin is hard to catch. I understand, but at least you have something.
Both heroes still left open, but the must bans are the first to be picked up. The Baksha and the Kimi.
So now it should be like a Gatot Yisun Shin.
That's a super strong mid trio.
Yeah. If they want to go for something else, they might go for an EXP, but Lim has shown quite a variety of heroes that she can use. Might even, Lapu, Yuzong, Alice is up. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like the easy answer is the Gato Yisun Shin, unless they want to surprise us. They themselves go for the Joy. So now the Joy Granger. So Team Indonesia just keeps switching things up, making sure every single player has basically cycled through all the heroes that they have used.
Yes, and the reason why I think they're doing this is not because they're playing around or they just want the variety, the diversity. I think it's because they want to play faster. That is what you get here with a Joy jungle instead of a Yisun Shin that has to be played around and farmed onto. This is them saying, yeah, let's just go. Right now, we want to beat our, what was that, 9 and 30, 9 and 32 or something like that?
929.
929 record.
929.
They can do it with this kind of lineup, these first three picks.
So for Myanmar, I would probably honestly let go of the Gatot because Gatot going up against Baxia, that is not a matchup that Gatot really prefers because the Baxia just, nullifies your passive as well as your revitalize. So other than that, maybe ban out the EXPs, the Yuzongs and Lapu of the world. Maybe even consider an Arlet. Because if you want to move fast.
Yeah, I'd say Lapu first.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, because here's the thing. You got to remember, Jushin, Arlet, pretty scary.
That's too much control. That is the kind of duo that enables the likes of what they call the business a liquid stampede.
Yeah. So it is something that Team Myanmar has to be careful of. Arlet isn't a lane. It's not always a lane dominant hero, but he doesn't have to be. He just clears the minion and he goes out and then tries to join the party.
Interesting ban here for Team Indonesia. The Matilda in red 4. I think this is them just closing the door on possible exit plans for whoever Chini hits with that Zushin. It's a soft counter to the Zushin in mid. So Myanmar takes out the Cho.
Yeah, personally for me, quite an interesting ban considering that they have a pretty solid front. So no one is good to be kicked. The Kimi, sure, but just dodge. Just don't get in the way of a Cho.
The way of the dragon.
Yeah. In fact, they banned kind of 2 dragons.
That's right. I mean, literally the other one.
Yeah.
So they respect the mother of tanks that much. Vivian Indrawati. One more ban in the gold lane. The Harith taken out by Indonesia. I think this is because by picking the Esmeralda in red 3, they're showing that maybe they want to still put a Harith in gold.
Myanmar should take a Gatot here. Unless this Baxia is not jungle, of course.
I think it still is. I think it really is.
Because you need some kind of control to punish. Even a Minotaur would be fine as long as you don't let the Joy move through. I mean, sure, the Jushin is a problem, but I don't know. Yeah, if you don't put the Baxia in jungle, you still have the Yisun Shin. So yeah, no, they go for the Gatot. Just something plain and simple.
So it is a jungle Baxia.
Baxia.
Unless it's Baxia XP Esmeralda Gold.
Indonesia here.
What happened to this patch? What happened to MLBB?
What do they want as a front line? Because someone needs to open up the map. Maybe a Khalid again. The Alice gets picked up.
All right, this is the Alice in the hands of Lim.
Yep.
Also known as Fumi. But what does the captain, what does the mother tanks do? Vivian. Indrawati. What's left? Well, how do you go up against a Gatot? Is this a high-lossable lineup?
Not the best, honestly. They go for the Akai, which in a way is an add-on. We know it's there, but now we get to see it.
I don't understand why it comes out now, though. Like, what is the interaction?
AOG jumps in, you push everyone out. And the Esme as well.
And then you find the re-engage?
Basically, you're just giving space for the Granger. Because I feel like for Indonesia, this kind of lineup is saying that there will be two fights. It won't be a 5v5. It will be a two-woman squad, a three-woman squad. It's going to be Alice and Joy, and then Jushin Granger Akai.
It's a little too high concept for me. A little bit of auteur drafting coming in here for Team Indonesia. How does Myanmar close off? This pick here will confirm where these heroes will go.
Farstar is still there if they want it. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Kimi. So they go for the 1-1, which, yes, that one is definitely new. Haven't seen her pop up for a good 3 months?
Yep, so she's not at all in SEA Games. So now we get our request, a new hero per game. XP lane, Esmeralda, Rome Gatot, Baxia in the jungle, 1-1 in gold.
Here's the thing.
I don't think it's fast enough.
I saw a different build now coming in from 1-1, basically shying away from the golden staff and instead go for just a little bit more crit by subbing it with the Haas Claw. Basically, like, you're able to stay in the fight much longer.
Even without the crossbow tang.
Even without a crossbow tang, going up against that Akai, there is chances for you to actually get your weakness stacks and then fly up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the match between Indonesia going up against Myanmar. And this time we're seeing an Akai as well as a 1-1, still hitting the new hero per game.
Okay, let's see if this will be the plan. You called it a what? A 2-woman, 3-woman squad for Team Indonesia?
Splitting the map, essentially. Splitting the team fight, essentially.
That is a little too high concept because, again, usually when you go for a game plan, it's a game plan with a final ending. This is a game plan with just like the middle being written. It's not even like we take this person out or we push this hard, we attack this part of the map. It's, yeah, how's about we just split it up first?
I mean, here's the thing. Indonesia can do it because they're essentially full-time and everyone else is trying to catch up. So the more chaos you introduce, the more you confuse your opponents. And at that point, again.
So one could say this is their version of dog boxing.
Yeah.
Pulling your opponents into a unfamiliar territory where they're not used to it and where you have trained, where you're so prepared. This is that lineup. This is how they do it in the land of Dawn.
Do you want to punish Chen or do you want to punish Siswanto? So, yeah, it will get eventually difficult where there's too many threats that Myanmar has to focus on. And this is one of those drafts where at this point, I don't know if the 1-1 is a threat. If the 1-1 is a threat and the Kimi is a threat, then okay, maybe. Because Myanmar, they really want to play a front-to-back. They want to keep the game honest.
Classic.
This is not a draft where you can approach the team fight in many different ways.
Yep, it's double marksman. There really only is one way in. And Indonesia, some way, somehow, still by setting up this early split lineup, might make it hard. Oh no, that's Indrawati taking too much damage. Forced to flicker out. Not enough damage reduction underneath tier 1 in mid. A double choke forces Swanto, but Shen says, nah, it's not time. We don't have enough damage just yet. Myanmar get a free kill over Indonesia.
Lim jumps in and now gets the throw win onto 2 in the back, and Shen able to pick up the turtle. And all the while, now we are seeing these 2 women's squad going on the back. The Shen as well as Lim.
Oh, and they're not done. Mon fighting for her life. Lim and Shen have ill intent. The map has reset. They're going back to their lanes. And just like that, it's like nothing happened. Indonesia up now by about 1,000 gold.
But we see the idea coming in from Myanmar. It was just unfortunate that Chen actually got the turtle. If not, it was all Myanmar. They had a game plan. They want to go in, force everyone out, get a kill if anyone's overextending, and then get as much objectives as you can. The idea went well. It's just that Indonesia has been here before.
Yep. A good idea for Myanmar. Better execution from Indonesia, especially if coming from a point of recovery, losing Indrawati early on. How about the gold lane? We know that the EXP lane will be very active, very involved. Gold lane, though, the Granger versus the 1-1. Also what the farm situation is like down there.
Yeah, it's definitely, personally for me, Granger definitely wins this out. Unless the Granger uses the Rondo early, so not able to dodge out the 1-1 with the Inspire. Basically, 1-1 wins the lane by inspiring, and then after that, just denying minions. But I really feel like Siswanto is holding on to that Rondo not to get caught by this 1-1.
He knows that that is a key resource. 2v1 here. Lim with the Glimmer out. Big fight about to break down here. That is already a clear. Can't save her. Tiriko falls. Indrawati traded out for the AOG. Able to find a trade. Myanmar, that's her second kill on Indrawati.
Yeah, and now it's an even score. Indonesia 2, the 2 off of Myanmar. Mon now does have that Chapter Talisman and already winning out quite confidently against Lim. Because even though Lim is 1-0-0, we do see unfavorable trades. Look at up top here. Chen wants to take them on. And this Esmeralda is still just a little bit too tanky for the Joy to basically go for the 1v1.
Turtle spawned already. Indrawati taking her time. Does not have a heavy spin just yet. It throws out a Glamour. Not sure if there was going to be anyone hit there. Big scrum here near the turtle. Coco finds that Unite, jumps onto Vivian. Traction post, a lot of damage coming through. Indrawati falls, and in comes Shen. AOG attempt just to retreat, and she's not done. Looking for Coco. Coco backs off. Crimson Beacon, and now damage versus Wanto coming through. Quick rotation from that Granger. And they want more. Instead, go for the turtle. Just kidding. Mei falls. Mon jumps in as she watches her sister fall.
Myanmar at this point, they just got to concede and allow the 1-1 to farm up down in the bot lane. The shields is down, so there is a chance, and it's been taken. Rico getting that turret. Basically, at this point, you just want to put everything for the 1-1. 1-1 even using the Inspire just to ensure the turret is gotten there. And up top, it looks like it's a lone Esmeralda gets pinned down. This Wanto gets another kill. 4-0-0.
Indrawati, even with her 3 deaths, is able to calculate as to which is the most significant thing she can do on the map. I think it was unfortunate that in the last death, in that engagement in mid, she was waiting off of her heavy spin cooldown. She was a slave to her own hero's mechanics. But for now, again, that cooldown will slowly go down much faster. It'll be up much sooner. A minute and change till the turtle spawns. For the first time in a while, the heat is coming down to the gold lane. And I guess kudos to Myanmar. Again, credit where credit is due. At least they were able to push that in. So the map isn't as small. They were trading for that turret.
Who's going to answer this Jushin? Because that's the biggest problem. They have such a heavy front line, and that's what Jushin wants. The more people surrounding her, it's pretty easy for the Jushin to set things up for her team, especially considering the fact that this team does quite a lot of damage. Coco in the front line, AOG comes in, hits no one, and Mei just has to get back. Team Myanmar, they are fine with basically just hurtling up and not losing much more, because even looking at the second tier turrets, the shield is up. It's going to be difficult for Team Indonesia to push. All that Team Myanmar has to do is to ensure that this mid doesn't go down. Mon jumps in, and now Indrawati with a heavy spin tries to set something up. Team Myanmar, Coco goes back in. Throw the ruin, hits onto everyone. Unstoppable for Siswanto. Chen in the back gets a double. And now Team Indonesia with a triple on Shen gets everyone except for Mon. That was almost a wipeout. And Indonesia, they're in prime position to get mid and maybe even getting this top turret. Along with the falling Star Moon, just charging up, trying to make sure able to clear the minions safely. All the while, Indonesia is up by like what, 7,000 gold, 6,000 gold-ish. Indonesia at 7 minutes of the game, 8 minutes of the game. Probably not going to be getting the turtle, waiting for it to turn into the Lord. Has to be careful. Indrawati is looking for a target. At this point, anyone is fair game because Siswanto with 5 kills probably does have that Sky Piercer, so about 50 stacks. Anyone gets caught in the front should be easy pickings for his Ranger. Rico with the Wind Talker. Chen comes in, gets the Lord for free. Holy Crystal for the Joy. Team Myanmar, they want to turtle up for sure, but the question is until when? Eventually, Team Indonesia will just overpower them, making it more dangerous for Team Myanmar to really defend. Indonesia will get this tier 2 for free. Chen goes into the mid. It's all about when will this 1-1 get online. The Holy Shields down bot gets destroyed. Mei has no more HP. Siswanto gets a monster kill. Indrawati tries to get away and able to Throne of Ruin. Hits onto one. The 1-1 flies, unable to get a kill. Double kill there, and Siswanto even gets Rico. Team Myanmar, they're losing every single fight because they have no damage. And at this point, this Granger's doing too much damage.
I hate to say it, we were right. The early investment on the speed of Indonesia's lineup, it's not about speed even, it's velocity. The fact that the Joy and the Granger can on-demand deal damage when Team Myanmar are still farming up led to this very moment. Lafel, no more Holy Shields down bottom. Mid gonna follow through. Indrawati is escorting this wave to be able to help pop that, and then this Lord up top. There's nothing Myanmar put on the board in the past 2 minutes. This is tough. They catch Mon! Down goes the Esmeralda. Traction pulse thrown off. Angle. What were they hoping for? In comes Shen, pushing back 2 members of Myanmar deep inside their base. Say goodbye to that Holy Shield up top, and the last one in mid.
I gotta say, Leo, honestly, it kind of feels like checkmate when Siswanto now having that Wishing Lantern. Hey, your tanky members are really not all that tanky anymore. Full stacks. Oh, hold on. Throne of Ruin hits on the tree. And now Coco gets taken down instantly in the midst of that BOD being fought. Double kill against Siswanto. Siswanto gets taken down, unstoppable by Shen. Triple kill. Can you get the Maniac? Are they even going to give it? A Maniac for Siswanto. And Indonesia gets 1 point of a Myanmar.
Shell on that Granger. Earlier today, she played a Cho. That was what we call in the business interesting. But with a more traditional marksman like Granger, she's just like, yep, she's that anchor being. Again, when you play a lineup that's slightly off kilter, you need at least 1 or 2 heroes that hold the fort down. That's what Shell's Granger was.
You cannot ban out Indonesia, man. They have too much. Letting go of that Jushin, and you still go for a very heavy lineup, 3 members in the front. It's too much. You know, like Indonesia, you're too much. You have too much problems that Myanmar can solve.
Yep, here you'll see in this sequence early on the first turtle, Lim alone was able to handle 3 members of Team Myanmar. And again, this is after 2 deaths on Indrawati. So it's not even the fact that Myanmar got some kills on Indonesia. It's the fact that Indonesia planned for that. Indonesia allowed for that. And it's like they were just following a flow chart. It's if this happens, this follows. If you have this, we do this. And that's why they end. What was the time?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know. But I feel like it was around 11 because...
Not as quick.
Yeah, not as quick, but still in the ballpark. They're making sure that everything is below 15.
If anything, this is a more layered approach to a fast victory.
And I gotta say, the game did slow down a bit because of Myanmar able to get, some in the early, but we've seen so far here in the SEA Games MLBB division where teams are putting conditions on how they approach things, right? We saw earlier with the Carmilla and now with the 1-1 where you want to get those weakness stacks, jump up, and try to deal the damage. The problem is when your win condition is honest, quite easy for you to deny that.
Yep, honest being front to back. We haven't really seen a front to back lineup work. The last time we saw a front to back work was a miracle win. I'm talking about Laos with that Bruno. But now, let's give our nod to our MVP, none other than Shell Siswanto out of Indonesia, the gold laner. Not a single death, 12 kills, 4 assists. Safe to say that's a maxed out Sky Piercer.
Her Siswanto, the one is the I is a 1. They got even number 1 in their name because they know they're going to be the champions.
They're Satu.
They're Satu. So, Satuanto.
No, I think it's in an effort to distinguish her and her sister.
They already have the MNC.
Just
Not
another,
enough.
just another
Yeah.
layer.
But yeah, again, like I feel like
37.
either way. Oh yeah, 10:37. So yeah, almost 11. But still,
Almost 10 even.
almost 10. The Granger is a problem, but I feel like it's a problem because of this Yushin. That Yushin made it so that the Esme, the Baxia, and the Gatot, they're just jumping for joy.
And it's not up to them.
It's not up to them.
They don't want to.
It's like you will celebrate now.
We are happy, are we not?
This is when I say jump, you say how high.
We are happy. Smile.
Yeah. Again, too much problem.
I want more teeth.
The Jushin, man, it was too much, and you can still have the sense that this is Indonesia's way of making sure that they're ready for anything. Picking up the Akai in the Rome, picking back up the Alice, so that when push comes to shove, a hero is necessary. Like, we can pick it up.
Yeah, the thing is, Indonesia did not have to play a lineup like this.
Yeah, they don't have to. The Akai could be swapped up with anything.
Hylos. Something simple, but here they said, yeah, let's coach, let's do that thing. Let's do that thing where
They can even go for an Angela, right? Angela Joy.
Sure. They said, coach, let's do that thing where Vivian plays an Akai and then Vival, you want to play a Joy?
Yeah.
Okay, again, the fast one? Yeah, the fast one.
Imagine if even Vivian look at the coach like, are you sure? And it's like, what, you can't play? It's like, what do you mean I can't play? First I can use the Akai. Come on.
Yeah, so this is again an effort against Myanmar, who themselves played a jungle Akai,
Yeah.
which in itself has its uses, but against a lineup like Indonesia's now, I think the Akai here is more lethal.
Yeah, and the thing is, we
Because she can afford to die.
gotta talk about the 1-1 as well.
Okay.
I can't even tell if the 1-1 is really in a bad spot because it was against Indonesia. It's kind of like putting a test unfairly. Like, if you were to ask me, I would say no, right? 1-1 is not it right now, but in this current context, I feel like it's unfair against the 1-1.
I think, again, starting in the laning phase, even if that wasn't Shell, even if this wasn't Indonesia, we'll agree that Granger versus 1-1 matchup, the Granger wins.
There you go.
So already, if the Granger...
That should have been something like a Claude if you really want to go for an attack speed marksman. At least the Claude is able to dance around the Granger.
Sure. So with that said, I think you're right. I'm with you on this one. The 1-1 isn't it right now. Unless it's so specific that you have a draft to support it. It's just made worse by the fact that they tried it against Indonesia.
I feel like for the attack speed marksmen to come back, you might have to like...
And I hate it because the fighters are in now. So.
Yeah, like I feel like for it to come back, instead of like nerfing the fighters, you might have to buff up the Demon Hunter sword. But that will,
That'll open a whole can of worms.
exactly. So you will affect the marksmen, but also the basic attack fighters, which has kind of been done because the fighter emblem has changed. Instead of spell vamp, now it's hybrid lifesteal.
You know what? Let me play devil's advocate. I think Moonton and the developers have built in the solution anyways if this does in case become a problem.
The
Chastise Pauldron.
Exactly.
So maybe.
No, that's why I'm like, I think the Demon Hunter sword can be buffed.
Which is weird because it's like it's the opposite. Moonton sold us a solution first and then
Exactly.
created a problem. If it were to happen in a future patch, I'm sure it's not going to be in Cloud Rise.
No.
So maybe after.
I feel like definitely next year, maybe mid of next year.
Mid or next year, I'm thinking it has to be coming soon. Because the meta needs to shift.
No, World Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Will end at
Wait, is
February.
Is Cloud Rise the last patch?
Yes.
So that is the M7 patch.
Exactly. And then M7 ends at February, and then
Okay, then.
and then MPL starts around
So-
March.
So before the MPL. So there's at least 2 patches before the MPL.
Indonesia is a point up against Myanmar. And the thing is why I say the demand sword is going to get buff is just for the fact that I feel like Corrosion Scythe, especially Golden Staff, if you buff even just by a bit, it might be too much.
Because Golden Staff is...
Percentage attack speed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so easily exponentially abusable that enhanced attack effects just go up the wazoo. It's ridiculous. But
That's the one where if you change, you will bug the game.
yeah,
Like
but-
you will create an attack speed that the system can't even calculate.
Yeah, because of how it was, I don't want to say nerfed, but the adjustments and the tweaking that's happened through the years has stopped the abominations such as Marksman Changa and Marksman Nana.
Yeah.
In the old days, that's what happened.
But you know how you're gonna make Golden Staff broken without adjusting the attack speed?
What?
Make it usable with crit.
But that changes the game. That changes
Exactly.
the item.
No, exactly.
That's not the same beach anymore. You know, you can change
yeah.
the sand in the beach, but how much sand can you change without it being a different beach?
Hey, imagine Golden Staff and Berserker Fury not stepping on each other's toes. Now that's a dangerous meta.
Hey.
Now that's a meta where I don't want to play a tank. Even if I do, make a tank that reduces attack speed.
This is dangerous waters we're walking. We
should not give them idea.
I'm not comfortable.
We
with
should
this
not give them
one, so
ideas.
Let's rewind and undo the previous conversation before we get into the game.
Hey, we just jumped in.
Here we are.
The draft just started.
Game 2.
Myanmar first pick, banning out the Lancelot as well as the Grok. Indonesia banning out the CC, and pretty sure they're going to be banning out the Eve, because so far Eve is a bit too good. But no, they banned out the Gatot first.
She's open.
But then Eve and Jushin both will become a question, and if Myanmar picks up the Jushin, I think Indonesia will be the one with something like a Farsa, someone that can attack from afar. So Myanmar now, in terms of the bans, what would Myanmar like to first pick here? I mean, if the Eve open, sure, but do they want to go for a Yisun Shin? Do they want to go for a Jushin? Because I feel like if Myanmar takes a Jushin, Indonesia is pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, Indonesia will have the answer instantly.
With something like a Haya or something? Honestly,
Yes.
any assassins, yeah.
Yes, even like the Kimi Farsa is a great answer too. Oh my, the way Shen played that join game 1 just traumatized Team Myanmar.
The crazy thing is, I think you and me can agree, I feel like they won't pick up the Joy. Meaning, like, even if it's open, I think Indonesia
They
will use something,
won't.
right?
Yeah, they won't. No.
Like, something in itself is like, yeah, but they weren't planning on that anyways.
Exactly. So these are odd priorities. I think Myanmar, looking at it now, unless it's a very Myanmar thing to do to play utility jungles, I think it's a thing over there. Yusun Shin seems to be the prio for them.
Eve is open, Boxia is banned.
Yusun Shin.
I don't know, Yisun Shin or
Eve.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I feel like Eve is...
Yusun Shin.
All right, I go Eve, you go Yisun Shin, and then they pick neither.
What else do they pick? Zushin.
Yeah, there you go. So there's a third option. There's always something else.
And they all kind of sound like each other.
Yeah. So as long as it's not a Zetian, I'm happy. Well, neither. I guess we're not.
Neither of us are Burmese.
Neither of us are Burmese. We're not Burmese enough.
Okay. This is very valid again, folks. If you have a Yusun Shin on the other end and you play Hayabusa, you have this small advantage.
But
You can hunt them down.
Indonesia Eve.
Yeah.
Or Jushin. Either or.
Or Yusun Shin.
They
They end up with-
Jushin.
Yusun
Shin.
They end up with there's so many broken heroes on the board. Myanmar decides to pick the solution.
There you go. I like the way that you answered that.
Yeah. So
Okay,
are
go
they-
for it.
Are they a step ahead?
Oh, Hilda, no. Hilda against the high. I mean, like, it's not that bad.
We haven't seen Hilda in a while. And it's neither again.
At this point, Indonesia, they're flexing. They're like,
how deep does this go?
no, imagine Shell asking coach, like, coach, what am I going to use? Oh, you're going to use a Moskov. Okay. And they're like, not now. It's like, picked it.
Too late.
Too late. Deal with it. And it's weird to me that the Eve hasn't been picked up just yet.
No, again, the Eve, Zunshin. The fact that YSS, Eve, and Zushin are still on the board. And here's the thing.
I would pick Jushin here, considering there's Hilda.
Sure, yeah. Or Eve.
Jushin Hylos. Or
Gatot.
Gatot Band. So
Oh, Gatot Man. Right.
yeah, so Jushin Hylos, Kimi Esme. You know what? I think we run out. I think we're more Laotian. We're more
Timorese sometimes.
We're more Timorese. We're more Thai. We're not Burmese enough. We're not Indo enough.
Mingalaba is the only only Burmese face I know. Let's see, one more pick. How is Zushin?
I know more Burmese words. It's just not good on broadcast.
So that's why we don't get it. That's why we're not there.
Yeah. And again, picking the solution to the problem that's not there yet. The Esme is probably for the Eve.
But nobody's picking the Eve.
Yet.
But
They're like, watch. Indonesia, Eve. Or Yusin. And you don't even need a Yusin. You got Moskov.
Exactly.
So they can pick up a scene. Of course, it makes sense.
You know what? This feels like a game of tag. And it's a hybrid of game of tag and hide and seek. Because you're like, whoa.
You know when's the last time I felt this?
What?
Back in like 2020, 2021 in the Todat days. Where
you never know.
you never know. And once they even pick up the hero, is it really the lane that you think it is?
Yep.
Pick up a Lunox and it goes into the jungle.
The likes
Sure.
of a Lunox jungle,
Haya gold lane,
Minotaur mid.
Minotaur mid, Atlas jungle.
Hey, Chico guys, I'll see you soon, huh?
Whew. Well, the Hive does get banned out here. I wonder if they want to even push him forward, ban out a Granger. But Myanmar could easily just put Esme in gold. Or something.
but you're going up against the Moskov. You lose the range battle. The Spear of Misery just pushes you back.
True. So I even forgot the Moskov counters. That's how long I haven't seen a Moskov for a while.
Mm-hmm.
The Fredrin though does get banned. So Team Myanmar, they're feeling like Indonesia is cycling through the pages of their book and be like,
So
okay, coach, are we gonna use draft 341C-8?
You know what that sounds like?
What?
Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Highland gets banned.
You know what? Even the bands feel like they're just shooting in the dark. Just yeah, maybe this one.
It's like okay. Let's roll. H high loss.
Like a dartboard.
And now for Myanmar, if they're banning out the Fredrin,
All right. If anything, maybe Myanmar has the one that has a little more sense. This might be another jungler.
Yusin Shin? Not really. It should be
Suyo.
makes more sense. Maybe Akai, but I don't think so. Akai is not a threat for Myanmar. Cho? In case this Hilda goes EXP and then Cho roam?
They did ban the Cho in game 1.
All right, Suyo. They ban on the Suyo.
I mentioned that. Oh, I got something right.
We got one.
I got something right.
We're more Burmese than Indonesian.
Oh.
So Indonesia here.
You gotta get one, dude. At least one.
Okay. Jungle.
That's how low the bar is right now. No jungle.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that anyway. So, all right. Arlet.
It's not a shot you miss. You weren't gonna take it. So this is a jungle.
Hold on. I'm thinking wrong.
XP Hilda. No, Rome Hilda.
Minotaur.
Rome Hilda. XP Arlet.
Myanmar.
Okay.
A Minotaur. A wild Minotaur appears.
And then what's in the gold lane?
It doesn't matter. I'm picking one. Okay.
Nothing. Oh, that's a winning matchup. Myanmar catches the Arlet off guard by running a Fulvius into it. Gold lane. Esmeralda incoming.
Okay. Export jungle.
That one kind of makes sense. I really like that. That's
Yeah.
really good.
So are you ready for it not to get picked up?
I will laugh so hard. It's hilarious. But because here's why. Because it makes sense. The Xbox
Yeah.
jungle is so good in this case.
Okay, either Xborg or Lunong's jungle. Since we already brought it up.
That
If it
was-
is, shout outs to Chiku, you know?
that was for the road. That was just for old time's sake.
Alpha, last one. It's between those three. That's the last one. All right, Yisun Shin, let's go.
Nothing for Lavelle in this round.
Hey, I got so many correct in these past 2 days. This just shows
Dude,
I'm done.
No one remembers when you're right.
That's true.
They remember
That's
when
true.
you're wrong.
I'm not Burmese enough. I'm not Indonesian enough. Call me Laotian.
Timorese.
Timorese.
Vietnamese even.
I'm everything but Burmese Indonesian.
We would love to visit someday. But ladies and gentlemen, going into the final game of this series, this was one hell of a roller coaster of a draft. And we both participated with blindfolds.
Dude, the moment the Moscow was first pick, I'm done. At that point, I was like, what can I call? Can you call it first pick Moscow?
And here's the thing, Moscow was the first pick.
Yes!
So you know you were messed up. You know you were done for. You were cooked, as the kids say.
You know what? Maybe something is cool because they're not moving. Maybe they're like, wait, that was not supposed to happen.
Why do we participate all the way to the last pick?
Nah, I'm pretty sure that's all the picks will go through. Again, maybe it's just a emblem thing, maybe spell thing.
Someone's charger needs to get plugged in.
Because if it's really at the end, it's like, wait, did we just first pick a Moscow?
Can we? No, they did. They did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm
it's
pretty
not
sure
a-
they did. I'm pretty sure they
I'm
did.
sure it's not a pick related
Yeah.
technicality here.
Yeah, because honestly, all the picks still make sense. The Selena was used before by Sydney, and pretty strong, mind you.
Okay, here is my working theory.
Go
As
ahead.
to why Indonesia drafted this way, and they dragged Team Myanmar down this abyss of mayhem. I think it's another effort. How do I say this?
Confuse them.
No, it's another effort to push the velocity. Remember how in game one it was weird, like, oh, all of these heroes are open and then they go for the joy. I think it's the same thing. Look how fast this lineup is. Hilda, Selena, Arlott, Hyper Farm on the Yusin Shin, and then the Moskov is just there to like, yeah, I can go coast to coast.
Well, speaking of, right now we are jumping straight into the game.
All troops
Game
deployed.
2 of Indonesia going up against Myanmar. We'll see how fast the game really goes because I'm pretty sure Arlott does not want to deal with the Phobius. Gonna get out of lane. Maybe level 2, level 3.
But you're still looking at a level 2 power spike for Siswanto. See Siswanto, that's Chinny. Very dangerous. Indrawati catching a few stray shots here. May looking to get her down. Stacks off of Coco's Hayabusa. Okay.
Oh,
Quick 3 rotation. Arrow caught here by Trico. And she falls.
and again, this is a very scary Selena. And Mon gets onto Shen. Shen using the Retribution, getting a bit of HP. Mon taking way too much damage. 2 minutes in, not the time where you want to spend in your opponent's jungle.
Massive start for Team Indonesia. Up by about 300, 400 gold. May looking to punish Lim. Lim very low. Lim gets taken down.
And all the while, May is healing the team up. The arrow did not hit. Let me just say, there was a game where me and Husky, we see a Selena, and all of a sudden, the game feels like it's on slow-mo. I don't know if it will happen for this game, but it will be interesting if that does happen.
I wasn't there when it happened, but is it because everybody's afraid of traps?
No, like, it's one of those things, when you see it, then you get it. Like, I don't have to explain to you, you're like,
It
yeah.
just feels that way.
Like, everything is moving.
That slow?
About that.
All right. I think that is what would be against Team Indonesia's ethos drafting this way. Looking at the turtle spawning in the lower part of the map. First turtle already up. First of the scene, we see Indrawati, the queen of the mother of tanks here, has 4 members of Team Myanmar on her.
Yeah, and now May is maybe a little bit too far forward. Lim, level 4. Coco is able to get the turtle And Lim is all alone. The Ogi Shadow Kill all onto this Arlet. And Team Indonesia, they were nowhere there. Look at that knockup coming in from the Kalia. And now Hung-Ang gets taken down, the same as Shen. Team Myanmar, they're the one with the lead at this point.
Team Indonesia, they are behind on map presence and rotations. That is a tsunami slam. About to take down Siswanto. Got that double dash with the flicker. She's fine.
Was that a Selena or a Lancelot? That was a Selena, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
A lot of dash.
Or a Suyo.
Or a Suyo. Now Lim goes up against Mon. Mon using this this Phoveus expertly. And I do miss Phoveus in the meta.
It's the natural predator to the Arlet, and it shows, all right? Even besides the fact that the map mostly belongs to Team Myanmar, lane per lane, just in this 1v1, Mon is bullying Lim, and Lim might fall. Final slash coming through, arrow dodge, flicker, infernal pursuit. She's gonna get punished underneath the turret 1-for-1. Mon should have been happy with the lane control.
I understand. When I play EXP, man, it's like, I don't mind losing, but I'm not gonna lose the lane. Like, if I can kill you, I want me to be in your head.
Winning isn't about me winning, it's about you losing.
That's where you say winning is subjective. And then your coach is like, what?
Stop that!
No, the crystal means you win. Is like, coach, you don't understand. You don't play EXP. You're a roamer.
Just do your job. Tell me what to do.
Indrawati opening up the map.
Don't do that.
Yeah, folks, just saying, as an EXP learner, we get that mindset. The coach sometimes just doesn't agree.
There's a job to do.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the most successful XP leaders when they focus on that job. Lim and Mon back at it again. I love that these ladies aren't afraid to get their hands dirty to try and get that winning position from the lane. Mon and Coco holding this brush here. They are way far off from where the turtle actually spawned. Indrawati holding this pixel brush. Does she know that May is here? May catches her!
Well, now she knows. Tsunami Slam. And looks like not much the Hilda can do, but a lot of abilities have been expanded on, including the Ogi Shadow Kill. Coco, though, now does have the Hunter Strike. Playing around well, might still get a kill. And all the while, no protection. Siswanto goes in, and Coco gets taken down by Shen. Shen secures the turtle. Team Myanmar, they're in shambles.
That was a two-woman kill squad. And yeah, sure, Siswanto, Chini was a little farther off, but there were three in the pit. And all that they needed was a Mount Shocker and a final slash. And suddenly, Indonesia took the turtle from Team Myanmar like candy from a child.
Dude, Siswanto with a C at this point, she's like, you know what? I'll do it myself. I engage, I jump in, I get the kills, I zone them away. But honestly, that was pretty weird because they saw that the Kimi got hit by the arrow. And look at no one was really prepared to either zone the Selena away or to catch when she comes in.
Rafael, this is just supernatural game sense. This is superhuman instincts and reaction time from Team Indonesia. Again, you play this game for hours, millions of times. You end up with this kind of response. Mon now, bullying Lim, Mount Shocker used. What's the plan here? Oh, Shen is just scouting.
Yeah. I am interested to know whether Mon is going for full defense or investing in a War Axe at this point. Because I feel like you can get away with it considering that there's a Moskov, there's an Arlet, a Yushin, a Selena. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more damage. And now Tsunami Slam, Indrawati taking quite a bit. The SOD connects, probably not going to be jumping through. Team Indonesia able to protect the turret down bot.
This was the lane prior lost by Lim. Mon committed so much just to get this far in, and unfortunate that this is where the turtle spawns. May gets caught by Shen. Shen's not done. Finds one. Takes Full Moon down on the way back. Tiriko falls, and just like that, Indonesia back in the driver's seat.
These arrows keep on hitting. This one with a C here. It's okay, right? He's Siswanto with a C, and it's Siswanto with an M.
He's just throwing out these arrows. It's Chini and Chell.
Dude, at this point, even Myanmar is like, wait, what? Like, guys,
Wasn't we winning?
dodge! Everyone dodge! Like that, dodge the Ogi Shadow Kill.
Oh,
And like that, dodging the SOD.
Coco, close call. Imagine, what if Chell found her? She would have been done. She had no card shadow.
Me now. Looks like wants a little bit more cooldown. Indrawati scouting everyone out. Siswanto with an M, trying to push out.
Chell.
Yeah, no, but dude, their name is there.
With a 1.
With 1. Maybe I'll use that one. Either ways right now. Traction falls with 2. And Phobius jumps in, doing quite a bit of damage. Fulon getting Indrawati first. And now in the fray, getting a double kill. The Arlet is down. Coco shuts down Siswanto with a C. And Siswanto with an M. Jumps in, dealing 3 damage as the Moscow Shen is there. This Yisun shit is out of control. Mon jumps in to give a triple kill onto Shen.
Shen almost single-handedly turned things around. It's just her and Siswanto with a 1. Also known as Shell. 2 marksmen against the world.
Coco does get the shadow onto Siswanto with a 1, but now the Demon Hunter Sword has been built. Without an Ogi shadow kill, not gonna go for it, but we can see that Team Myanmar has the damage to fight through the front line because Indrawati and Lim are not able to tank it out.
Here we go and engage. May fails to find the Tsunami Slam, feeding over the members of Indonesia over to her team. Shen pushing through, Priestess through that wall, trying to push that turret passively. Instead they'll go for Grand Theft Orange, not without Kiriko saying something about it.
They got to deal with this Selena somehow because that disrupts so much.
It's just, Siswanto slowing it down. Is this what you meant by the...
Yes and no.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Okay.
Because I still remember, it was actually Indonesia against Nepal.
Is it something that you only feel... Oh, so I thought I was going to say, is it something you feel when you're playing? But no, this,
No.
It's casting it.
It's legit casting it. You're like, everything is moving in slow motion. This one is a bit faster.
Of course, it's Team Indonesia.
Even Myanmar, they're moving fast.
Yeah, they're putting up a fight. Again, they're down by... Unfortunately, the last time we checked that gold, it was much closer to like 4 or 5, but now it's up to 8.
I mean, there's still chances here because if they do get a catch, they can get a kill. The problem is you're not catching Shen or Siswanto with a 1. Those are the ones that you gotta get a pin on them.
Yep.
But they're unpinnable.
The Purify on MC Siswanto, also known as Shell, hasn't been triggered as much. And look at this, Tiriko, with the help of that Traction Pulse, helped survive. Mount Shocker through, Shadow out by Coco, May very low. That is a Spear of Misery onto Fong Moon. She's not going anywhere. Down she goes underneath her tier 3.
This Moskov hurts, and this Phobia is not having a good time. Tiriko gets brought back. May jumps into Faye all alone, has to flicker out, and the inhibitor bot gets taken down by Team Indonesia, same as top, and the Lord is there. They get mid as well. 10 minutes and 36 seconds. Team Indonesia is trying to end the game again below 11. They might be able to do it. The Lord is still healthy. Legendary for Shen. Lim gets a kill. 10:48. Indonesia closes it out.
12 seconds off from their previous game. And I don't know how, but Indonesia and Myanmar made this one more entertaining. This was more of a back and forth. The chapters in this book that they wrote in Game 2 were a little more colorful, a little more action-packed, but at the end of the day, Indonesia bags the win.
And it starts from the draft.
I don't want to talk about the draft, man. It's been a while since I felt clueless in the draft.
Hey, you know what? Happens to the best of us, but that shows the dynamics here from Myanmar and Team Indonesia, which I believe was the fourth match of the day. We have 2 more, but props to Myanmar. Those were excellent plays that they have shown. But again, these are the queens of MLBB,
Yep.
the world champions. Change up the draft no matter what. They have a way, and this way, and let me tell you, I don't care who the MVP is. That's Lena, man.
You know what's hilarious? It's
What's
not even
hilarious?
up to their opponents that they shifted their draft.
Yeah.
Like they were doing it out of their own volition.
That's one of those ways, like playing with emotion. What do you feel like?
Yeah, they decided to get creative with the way that they were going to bag these points from Team Myanmar. And
Yeah.
kudos to Team Myanmar because they were also kind of playing their own game. Again, they did not have the gold lane fighter. They did not have the Phobius, but they saw the Arlet and said, Yeah, no, let's win that lane. And
And it was good.
I think the way that Myanmar could have won harder, or at least fought harder and maybe got an upset victory, is if Mon and the rest of Myanmar kind of leaned harder on that lane.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree 100%. And in terms of the draft, maybe it's just Siswanto with the 1 is like, I want to use the marksman. And then the coach is like, okay, I'll give you Granger. It's like, yeah, but it's not the same. It's like, fine, I'll give you the Moscow. All right, good enough. Boom. No, I mean later. Either way, Shen with the MVP. The Yi Sun Shin.
Yi Sun Shen.
Yi Zhu Shin, if the Zhu Shin was there.
No, Yi Sun Shen.
Yi Sun Shen.
986, 14 off of the mythical 1,000 gold per minute. Died once, and that was it.
10:47. Indonesia is setting a standard for themselves, making sure that the game ends between 9 and say 12 minutes. Like
Tops.
that's their goal here in the SEA Games. They're not here to win, they're here to dominate.
This game ended so quick. No, I'm pretty sure that's not it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Never
I know.
mind, never mind.
I
Yeah.
see what you see, but probably not.
Yeah, that folks, I'm pretty sure that was an empty item slot
Yeah.
for M. Siswanto with a 1.
And Shen.
Yes.
Shen had to EB,
But she didn't.
but she didn't. No,
Look
wait.
Look at the damage dealt. Impressive how Siswanto with a 1. Shell here dealt 36%. I did not feel that much.
Mon did 32, right? This Phoveus was legit a good pick, and I agree with you. If they invested a little bit more,
Yeah.
force Indonesia to respond, then that would be better, because what they did was allow Indonesia to take back that priority. If they have that priority and they force Indonesia to make a decision, then that's an opportunity for them to win.
But Lapel, I understand why they couldn't. I understand why they had to answer to the map. Indonesia forced them to. Indonesia has a Selena. They control brushes. They control the jungle. Indonesia has a Yi Sun Shin. They have basically omnipresence, omniscience, if you will, omniscience, whatever. But they basically know everything that's happening on the map, so they couldn't have easily relied on that Phoveus lane, that XP lane victory.
Well, either way, now we see more size of Indonesia, so more problems. Drafting against them ain't going to be easy. Speaking of which, we're going for a quick break. After this, it is going to be Laos fighting up against Vietnam. We'll see you
that's
guys.
a tight one.
Yeah, we'll see you guys right after this.